Sorry to my world. I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
Yes, Twitter is upset again, this time with hilarious results. Last night, well, into today, I noticed that Boycott Genshin Impact had been trending on Twitter, and I figured, oh, maybe this because, you know, people don't like that it has hilarious gacha mechanics or microtransactions or loot boxes. No, that wasn't it. I thought, oh, maybe people on the internet actually did some research and figured out where this video game is made, and they are standing up for those currently detained in camps there. No, that wasn't it. It was the same tired old 14-year-old fake drama over a representation, fake outrage. That's what it was. And look, I don't care if you enjoy the game. Lots of people do. I don't care if you spend money on gacha mechanics or loot boxes. Lots of people do. I literally don't care if you want to play the game knowing it's made in China, because life is short. But this, my friends, is an epic fail of hilarious proportions. Basically, Genshin Impact critics call for a boycott amid isms and P-word claims. Boycott Genshin Impact is trending on Twitter as gamers accuse the MiHoYo, I think that's how you say it, I'm not sure, of game of being mean or bad. Critics are using the game, hashtag boycott Genshin, to discuss the issues with the game, which involve enemy characters being inspired by indigenous people and colorism, while there also calls for gamers to email the company with a template outlining their complaints. However, fans of Genshin Impact are hitting back at the critics who say they are misunderstanding important factors. Well, look, this game is made in China, all right? Again, I want to be very clear. You want to play your game? Play your game. Life is short. No disrespect, okay? If you love the game, awesome. But if you think Twitter outrage over this garbage is going to matter to a company based in China, in a country that has literal camps for Uyghur Muslims, over 1,000, they're literally sterilizing the men. If you think that a country that makes Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, in the movie poster, wear his Black Panther helmet rather than expose his black face, cares about Western outrage, you got another thing coming. If you think the country that shrunk John Boyega's character off the Star Wars film and hit him in the back and lightened his skin tone cares about your Western upsetness and fake outrage, you got another thing coming. So Healy Churls, again, probably mispronouncing, inspired by indigenous people. One issue that critics of the game is with this Healy Churls. A group of enemies in the game are supposedly inspired by indigenous people. They are described in-game by being, quote, the primitive wandering inhabitants of the Tevat's wilderness. They look very similar to humanity, but seem to have lost their intellect and spirituality. Their presence on the continent has been recorded for over 1,000 years, and yet they have neither history nor civilization. Since the pitch black calamity from 500 years ago, they've begun to spread in large numbers across the land. They are not very strong, they lack organization, but nonetheless bring sizable trouble to humans every once in a while. Gamers, it's not gamers, by the way, have taken offense because they believe aspects of these characters, such as their clothing and dancing, have been inspired by indigenous people. Twitter user whatever says, I want to talk about boycotting Genshin Tag. As an indigenous person, I just want to say that the Healy Churls being inspired by indigenous people is absolutely not okay. People used to laugh at their dance, and just people, including me, now finding out about this reality. Well, you know what? It'll be really simple. I know this is probably crazy to a smooth brain cancel culture fan on Twitter, but you could just like not play the game. I mean, you know, quite honestly, I know it seems crazy, but you could just not play the game. Then colorism claims. Critics also say that there are only 2 playable characters, only 2, with darker skin in Genshin Impact, with the former being described as scary and the latter being described as, quote, exotic. Some people are criticizing the fact that despite the 2 darker skinned players are still pale, so not dark enough, raising issues about colorism and representation. However, fans of the game have defended the characters as being exotic, pointing out that he is from, I can't even pronounce the city, which is not even part of the continent of Tevat. Others point out that Xinyan is considered scary because she dresses as a punk rocker, not because of her skin tone. Again, none of this matters because your fake outrage is going to fall on deaf ears in China. Like, are you kidding me? Look at let's look at Pink News, right? Angry fans get boycott Genshin's trending in response to hit games portrayals of, well, Healy churls. From Chinese developer MiHoYo, the free-to-play anime action-adventure game was released last year and has continued to grow to hugely popular ever since. And that's despite its controversial gacha system that randomizes items and characters players receive with paying with real money. Now, this would be something worth pushing back on, right? Predatory microtransactions, things like that. But that's not what... This is just fake outrage. You don't have to play the game. And if you took like 1 second to research who's making the game, you'd know they don't care. Or if you took, wanted a few more seconds to do research, it would appear that there is a reason. There is a reason for the language that they use. The representation of the game has been questioned by fans. The main point of concern is that the Healy churl enemies, the goblin-like creatures, are always shown wearing tribal masks and have dances inspired by indigenous people, which players are calling out as ist. Well, here's the thing. You don't know that, right? I don't know that China would be taking dances from Western indigenous people. I haven't seen any evidence of that. Their presence on the continent has been recorded. We already know that. A video tour of the studio also shows an artist designing the characters with a video of tribesmen dancing as a reference. Okay, well, that answers that. Others have lamented the overall lack of dark-skinned characters in the game. With 30 playable characters through the randomized gacha system, Xinyan, I'm guessing, is particular. It is described as having a fierce appearance, making her look like an incorrigible villain. Players have also criticized one particular relationship that appears to be, well, uncomfortable. The character Ulfra aims to profess his love to Flora with a boat made of dandelions. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. Probably not a fan of that, but maybe there's a reason for it. I mean, you see here this is how you dark-skinned characters should look. Not 2 shades below pale. Not fluctuating tones. They should have dark skin. Also, we're not exotic and scary. You can write dark-skinned characters without using colorism as a big plot point. Okay. Maybe it's... Here's the thing. Here's the funniest part about this outrage, this scandal. It might all be true. Guess what? China doesn't care. China doesn't care about you. Keep consuming, though. Keep using Twitter. Keep backing Disney, who films their movies there. Keep backing Hollywood, who edits and self-censors to appease their market. And then try to get a hashtag trending on. China is not going to care. Quite frankly, the people that play this game play it for a wide variety of reasons, none of which include representation. In fact, that's probably true of 99.9% of gamers and video games in general. Nobody plays a video game because it has a diverse cast. They play a video game because it has great writing, or it has great gameplay, or it has great graphics, or it's hard, or great strategy. There's a million different, or they love the story. All right. is it good business to have a wide variety of characters and how they look in your video games? Yeah, of course. But it, just in general, right? But it shouldn't be a requirement, and it shouldn't be any surprise to anybody that a Chinese video game company doesn't give a dang about your Western faux outrage. Maybe instead of worrying about that, look at some of the things that actually is happening. When you look at anybody on Twitter, to be honest, I'm happy that Boycott Genshin Impact and Boycott Genshin existed. You SJW NPCs can enjoy the game in silence without complaining about anything. It's finally time for you and other normies to leave the gaming scene for good. Weaklings don't deserve gaming rights. 1,000 likes. I was here expecting Boycott Genshin to be about the account security issues or real problems the games have what problems the game has across the MiHoYo, but nope, Twitter's at it again, getting mad at a small and stupid stuff. God, I hate this platform. What the F is this whole drama? You've got 14-year-old white girls standing in front of minorities on the internet, and it's like nobody who actually plays this game cares. And actually, that's why the anime community and the manga community are winning in the West, because people are sick and tired of this crap. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.